Hello, this is Stewart from Flannery's Bayou, and it's showtime.
It's one of the first foods that comes to mind when you think about Delmarva cuisine, and historically have been a cornerstone to our culture. I'm talking about oysters. Deal Island oysters specifically, and Chef Stewart Davis from Flannery's Bayou is with us in the Delmarva Life kitchen today with these lovely little mollusks.
Mollusk or oysters?
Oysters. So what are we doing with them specifically?
Well, today what we're going to do is we're going to make a Deal Island oyster stew.
Okay.
The stew is not thick like a clam chowder. It's a little bit more watery.
Okay.
But we're using the real Deal Island oysters, real potatoes, real onions, real celery, you know, the whole 9 yards. I mean, you make it nice and hearty, and the kind of food that goes right here and fills you and warms you and makes you feel like you're next to a fire.
I like that. Let's get started.
Ooh.
All right, well, what I'll do is we'll get Jimmy started and then we'll pick oysters.
All right, 1 minute.
So Jimmy, you want to take the celery and the carrots? I mean, the celery and the onions there?
I was looking real close. I'm thinking, I got problems already. What am I going to do? In the pot, I'm assuming.
Yep, in the pot.
So you've already got this heated up.
I got it heated up for you.
Okay.
And then the onions.
Onions too.
Look at that guy go. He's a natural. Huh?
He really is.
Look how well
Especially when it comes time to stir it.
Yes.
Because he's really good at
What are
stirring
you
the
trying
pot.
to say here, Lisa?
You're very good at what you do.
Okay.
So Jimmy, you pre-chop these. So we'll put the garlic in. Very good job, Jimmy.
I went for mince. I hope that wasn't.
Yeah, mince is good. Mince
Okay,
is
good.
And while you're doing that,
Yep.
Lisa, we'll get you to pick out 2 or 3 of these nice Deal Island oysters. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your fork and just put them inside the bowl.
So is there anything I'm looking for specifically, or just?
No, I wouldn't do the giant ones because the giant ones are a little bit more chewy. But these are really very small, and I usually pick out the big ones so I can do something else with.
Right.
Because they're a little chewy. But most of the time, because I get them directly from Deal Island, that I tell them what size that I would like to have, and Roger Dyes, who gives me my oysters, also sells seafood, and he does a wonderful job for me. I also ask for liquor because you need your oyster liquor.
Oh,
You need oyster liquor, which is the juice, to make sure that you have enough seasoning, enough flavoring.
well, okay, yeah.
Natural
Okay.
flavoring, that makes
Yep.
sense.
Keep
So
thinking
we're
of
going to
church.
take some flour now. What
All
you're
right.
doing here, Jimmy, this is called a roux.
We're ruining it.
R-O-U-X.
You will rue the day. No different rue.
Stir that around.
Okay.
What that's going to do is that's going to suck up the oil, and it also is a thickening agent. So when you put in your juices, it'll thicken it right up for you.
Now, did you say 3 or 4?
Yep, that's good. How
Okay.
many do you want to eat?
Well, all of them. Don't give me that. Make me make a choice like that.
You got to be more specific with numbers than that.
So what you're doing there is you're just stirring that up, and you don't want to make it brown because then that will turn your oyster stew brown.
Right.
Okay.
So you just want to lightly cook it to get that starch out of the flour. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this. This is milk I've already heated up. So we're going to take this, Jimmy, and we're going to toss this right in here.
And that's just regular milk.
This is just regular milk.
Whole milk.
I got to say, that was very.
Now you,
Well, no, what I was noticing was there was a slight skim to the top of the milk just from you warming it up, and you
Oh, yeah.
poured it out from underneath that and left that in the.
Yep, left
and
it
that's
sitting right there.
Pretty amazing.
that's for you guys to clean later.
Okay, thank you.
Mm.
Gosh,
Now what you do is you let this come up to a simmer.
Okay.
You'll use this, and you want to whisk out all the lumps. And what
Okay.
will happen is it will thicken up as you see it.
With this, okay. And what is this right here?
This is called a seafood base. This is just a little extra flavor. They do have oyster base, and they do have chicken base and things that you can actually make your stock from.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of the seafood base in there, but we're also going to do something. We're going to take this oyster liquor
liquor.
and the oyster, and we're going to toss it right in there.
Oh,
Bam, bam, bam.
so they all are going in there.
Yep.
So do you think maybe this is a good time after we put the potatoes in
After
to
we-
maybe take a little break and come back and finish it off?
Absolutely. We'll put the potatoes in, and then we'll go take a break. He needs to stir.
I like how you think. I like
Do
how
not let
you
it burn,
think.
Jimmy. We'll be back in 5.
All right, Jimmy's gonna keep cooking. We'll be right back. Coming?
All right.
not sure how this worked out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Here we come. Here we come.
How's it going? Wow, Jimmy, that's great. Did we miss anything?
You did all right.
Oh, I probably should have hid this first. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Darn, missed that part.
Welcome back to the DelmarvaLife Kitchen. Chef Stewart Davis from Flannery's Bayou making Deal Island oyster stew.
And look at that stew. Jimmy,
this
I have
is-
had the best stir today I've had all day.
I told you he is the best pot stirrer.
Well, look, I got a present
Okay.
for you too. After we put this in the bowl,
Yeah?
With those.
What is that?
homemade sweet potato biscuits, English grill style. I will share these with you. You notice there's
Oh, my
1,
goodness.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I see how it works out now. That's pretty awesome.
All
Share
right,
and
so
share like.
All right, so what do we do?
you want to take your ladle?
Okay. Was I supposed to be cutting something up over here?
Nope.
Okay.
Those props.
Those are props. That's
All
right.
right.
Go on and put yourself a nice little scoop in there.
So when you make this at Flannery's Bayou, how much do you make in
I
once?
only make about a gallon or so at a time because I want it to be as fresh as possible.
Okay.
On Wednesdays and Thursdays, I have all-you-can-eat soup that starts at 4 o'clock and goes to 8 p.m. Now, oyster stew is included in that, and this week we have lamb stew, white chicken chili, Texas smoked beef chili, peas and dumplings, which is also an Eastern Shore
goodness.
favorite,
Oh.
and white bean and smoked ham.
Oh
So you
my
get all
goodness.
those plus a grilled cheese sandwich.
You know, you're going to have to make more than a gallon if my husband's coming because
truth.
he can eat a gallon by himself. I'm going to
Should I
grab some
turn this down now,
spoons
sis?
here.
Yep, we'll turn that down.
I'm not trying to hurt you with the
That's how you do it. You
drawer.
hit that and you hit
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
Okay, we'll put a little bit of Old Bay on the top here. And where's Lisa's?
There's mine.
Lisa's.
Love me some Old Bay.
Okay, now one more thing.
A little garnish.
Oh, stay
I
there.
got a question for you. Are you supposed to eat the garnish?
You can.
Oh, good.
It's the celery leaf, so it's yours.
I like it.
All right, Jimmy.
This is it.
All right, Lisa, let's see.
All right.
Now, if it's not good, don't say anything. I stirred it best I could.
I can't hide when something is good or not good. So.
If you get a lump of flour, that's him. If you get an oyster, that's me.
That is so good.
That is delicious.
That is amazing.
And you see, it's a little bit lighter than a chowder. It's not thick like
Yeah.
a thick soup. You want
You know, I think that's why I like it more than other oyster stews I've had is because they're thick and
Right, you don't want to have your spoon sitting up in it like that. You want to have it nice and thin. Because also the oysters, when we put those oysters on the bottom, all that does is heat up those oysters just a little bit so you still get the flavor of the oyster in the Jimmy, you're going to spill it all over the place.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to share it with people on TV. You can't really have any. I just thought I'd tease you.
Thought you'd tease
This
you.
is fantastic.
that
Yeah,
is
so you
fantastic.
put the oysters in the bottom. That way everybody gets an oyster when they have the oyster stew.
I already scooped mine from the bottom.
And then you get your
I get my
sweet potato biscuit.
potato biscuit.
Sweet potato biscuit. And I also make those for holiday season. So if you decide that you like sweet potato biscuits and you want some, you can just give me a call over at Flannery's Bayou and I'll be more than happy to take care of you for them too.
I know you're going to take care of all
You're
of
the
us.
man.
You always do. You have been taking care of us here at WBOC for years and
Quite some
years, and
time.
we really
Absolutely. Yep.
appreciate that.
I love doing this. I love the people that are out there. I love the people that are in here, and everybody treats me good. And all I can say is I support local as much as possible. So if you can support locals, you do the best you can. And you know, with saying that, I also am taking a little bit of donations for feeding some of the homeless people or some of the people that need a family meal for the holidays. I'm taking donations there, and also I'm a Toys for Tot drop-off. So if you got toys, you want to drop them off, unwrap, 12 and under, drop them off at Flannery's. I'll be more than happy to get them to where
Man,
they
you
need to
just
go.
jump into the community, don't you?
I do.
Both feet.
I love my Salisbury. I love my Fruitland.
Ah, thank you so much.
I love my Jimmy.
Aw. Such a moment.
I just stirred my that's all
It's a love fest in the DelmarvaLife kitchen.
What happens when you eat oysters?
Oh! Stick around.
Time to go.
DelmarvaLife will be right back.